I want to look at table rows, column row span. Please pay attention to this aspect well. People get confused when this aspect is very simple. So just listen well so you can understand. Thank God I'm even creating this lecture again. So I'll try to break it down well in a very understanding manner. So let's see now. So what I'm trying to do, what's the meaning of column span and column row? I think it's best I show you a picture to understand what we're trying to do here now. So this was the last lecture I created some time ago. So this is what we're trying to do here now. Let's see this example 1. Example 1 span between these two columns here. This is 1, 2 column, okay? And this sample 1 is in between them. Now see this next one, sample 5. Sample 5 span in between these 3 rows here. Because this is row 1, row 2, row 3. It span in between them and only it is inside. Like there's no other line that is inside here and that is inside here. Okay, so that's just what we're trying to do now. So we want to do exactly the same thing. So let me show you how to do that. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so now for us to do that, as usual, since we want to create a table, we're going to use our table tag first. Don't forget, that's the first thing to write. So a table tag, let's give it a border. Because this time we need a border so we can see what we're actually doing. And just give the border 1. So back to this place. Okay, so the first thing is the first row, right? The table row, the first row, just like the table heading section. So we're going to write the th for the first one, and this first one we're going to just give it sample 1. Okay, so sample 1, this will be for the first column in the first row. Okay, now next one, th again, that's like table head again, and this one, let's give this one sample 2. So this is sample, this one now is the same first row. Remember, this is tr, this is the first row. So first row, and these ones are the data in the first row. So one is column 1, column 2. Now what we are trying to do now, I want to span this example 1, it will touch 2 columns, so that this sample 2 will be in column 3. So how I'm going to do that, I'm going to put an attribute in this th place. I'm going to write col span equal to 2. Okay, equal to quote 2. So what this quote 2 is column span is saying is that this sample 2 will span between 2 columns. Okay, so that means this sample 1 will span in 2 columns, while this sample 2 will go to the 3rd column. So we're going to see how it really looks like once we do another new table row. So let's create a new table, see how it looks like. So table row td, table data. So let's just give value. Let's say this one is sample 3, table data, sample 4, and the 3rd row, mind you, it must be 3. It's actually 3 rows we're doing. 3 columns. So sample 5. So sample 5. Okay. So if I save this now, let's check our browser to see what actually happened here. You can see sample 1 span in between these 2 parts. Okay. Let me just shift this. Okay. So sample 1 span in between these 2 columns, column 1, column 2. That's what we just did the earlier time. Okay. Why so now is now our column 3 region. Let me remove this. So let's continue now. Now the next thing we want to do, let me take you back to this. We want to do something similar this time around for a column like this. We want to span 3 rows. This is row 1, row 2, row 3. We want to span it the way we span this column aspect, for example, for sample 1. So let's see how we're going to do that. Get rid of this. Sorry. Okay, so let's go back. Let's see our browser. That means we're going to use this sample 5. We're going to span here for 3 columns, extra columns. So let's see how we're going to do that aspect. So that means this table data here, we're going to write row span. And we're going to give it a value of 3 since it's 3 rows. That is this first row, this first table row that we did. It will span it. Then it will also span the 2nd row and the 3rd row. So let's just create the 2nd row and see for ourselves. So td, let's give some sample 6. td, not technical drawing, no. TD table data sample 7, TD sample 8. Save. Let's check our browser again. Oh, what just happened here? Let's check that sample 8. Seems there's an error in that sample 8. Okay, yeah. You shouldn't put mistake. Now you shouldn't put anything in this third aspect, in this third row. So that was the mistake. Now if you save this, you can see, because this third, that third column, that sample 8 shouldn't be here, because I've already spanned this sample 5 here. So it will make this space empty. That was all about that error we just saw just now. Okay, so you have to remove that sample 8. I even like as some errors are happening, so you can see how I'm solving the error and how I'm trying to correct it, and so you just know that it's not actually all perfect stuff. So sometimes you face errors and you have to know how to deal with it. I have to try different approach to see where the problem is there. Okay, so that is just it now. So we're going to leave that sample. So the next thing is that each of these our data will be only 2, because we'll be focusing only on the first column, which is 1, 2. Of this 3, the third column won't work, because we already choose to span 3 rows, which is 1, 2. So we'll span one more row here, which means we're going to put only 2 values here. So let's put only 2 values again. So put another row here, TR, then put our TD sample 8, and put the second TD sample 9. Save. Now let's see. You can see what just happened here now. Let's put one more row. I want to show you something. Mind you, this sample 5 is allowed it to span 3 rows. So I want to purposely put a 4th row here, so you see that it won't affect it. So let's just make a 4th row here. So TR table row TD sample, this is 9, okay, 10, sample 10, TD sample 11. Then we're going to put a 3rd one this time around, because at least the row span of sample 5 is for only 3, and we've done the 3 already, which is the first one here, 1, 2, 3. So this one is just normal. So sample 12, save. Now let's see the new table. You can see now. So that is what we just did here. And actually everything in this table are primarily saved at the left. All of them are kind of like relaxing at the left. So you can actually align everything at the center. So just pick each of the table rows and align them to the center. Okay, so let me just quickly do that. Just add an attribute, align center. This for another, so just do it for each of the table rows parts, center. So next one, align center, align center, align center, save. So let's check again. So everything is actually aligned at the center now. Okay, so that's just it. The other designs you can use for this table with CSS, though I'm not going to touch that. So let's just on that aspect concerning table. I think that's nested table, how to put another table inside the same within this table. Okay, so something like that. So that's what we're just going to see next. Bye.